First and foremost, for the introduction part, let's get to know what is meant by SME. SME is also known as small and medium-sized enterprise. There are two categories of SME that has been classified based on their size, revenue and activity, which are manufacturing as well as services and other sector. There are more than 1 million of SME has been registered in Malaysia in 2020. The development of SME has grown rapidly after the new economic policy was introduced. Through this policy, the government had made a concerted effort to encourage and recognize the role of SME in the country's economy. Besides that, the government also has provided various initiatives for SME development through the second and third industrial master plan. It is undeniable that SME have become the primary source of economic growth and job creation in Malaysia nowadays, since it successfully contributed to a country's GDP in 2020, where it increased to 41% and provides almost 5.7 million jobs to 70% of Malaysia's workforce.
First and foremost, due to the globalization, everyone need to adapt with the changes in technology, especially those that involve in business sector. Most businesses have begun to leverage technology innovation within their business operation in order to ensure that they can provide high quality of product and services. SME in Malaysia, on the other hand, appear to be hampered by lack of exposure with digital technology as a barrier to their success. For SME, digitalization is considered to be very expensive to be implemented, as well as it involves a complicated procedure which for them are unnecessary. This situation has put SME far behind larger businesses because they can compete with them as they use outdated or obsolete technology. When they do not have a proper technology in their business, they are unable to produce their product or service efficiently, that lead to loss of competitive advantage. The sustainability of SME is hard to be maintained. As a result, most of the business face bankruptcy due to loss of profit and unable to generate income from the business.
Next is care of financial resources for the future development. Scarcity here refer to the difference between the limited resources and theoretically limitless needs, which is a basic economic issue. This might happen when the government could not have enough allocation budget for the entrepreneurship and doesn't expect this kind of outcome made by the people in order to survive during this pandemic. Some banks are prefer to focus their effort on the big businesses rather than the small one. The rationale for this is because the large businesses have a lesser risk of default and have more transparent financial statement, while for the SME are more riskier from the perspective of the lender, since they are lack of the accurate accounting information. More working capital can free you up to focus a long-term growth effort like hiring, relocating and purchasing a second business. Therefore, when there's a scarce of the finance for the SME, it will directly affect the government and also for the Malaysian economy, since the entrepreneur might not pay the taxes intentionally or unintentionally.
The next issue is due to the existence of entrepreneur knowledge gap among the SME entrepreneurs. Small firms has been unable to grow as a result of the issue they face, resulting in low profitability and slow growth. Other than that, in comparison to larger organizations, small businesses demand more managerial skill for growth. The SME entrepreneur lack of understanding, such as their failure to write a business plan, causing the lender's inability to identify the SME credit risk due to a lack of enterprise information and general communication difficulties. Moreover, an SME entrepreneur capacity to anticipate difficulties allow them to plan for them and address them quickly when they arise. But if they have insufficient knowledge of the business, the problem may arise and they will be unable to solve them. This will make the SME entrepreneur have a lot of disadvantage if they're competing with more meticulous or larger company in the market. Furthermore, education is basic prerequisite of business, and the greater the level, the better the company results are predicted. This is because an entrepreneur with a high level of education and expertise can become more structured and competent in his business administration with a better understanding of business ideas.
Other than that, SME owner might also lost competitive advantage in uncertainty market. This will need to be happen since SME is a small and medium industry that will produce typical consumer goods such as chips, food, handicraft and more, which are everyday items of the public that can be found anywhere. In addition, the industry will also rely entirely on their family members and close friends in moving their business as a human resource towards the business. So, how will they become relevant in the market for a long time? This can be seen where more than half of SME fail during the first 5 years of operation, despite the fact that the expected failure rate of SME is around 60%. Even more, uncertainty in the market makes it increasingly difficult since when the market is volatile, the cost of raw material will rise and it will force the SME traders to reduce the cost and end up unable to achieve the profit. For example, the reduction of the cost will make them forced to lower the selling price, and from here, large companies will take the opportunity to buy their product at a cheap price and then sell it at a high price outside.
Essentially, both developed and developing countries have experienced radical shift as a result of globalization and technological advancement. If a business wants to remain competitive, they need to focus on the adoptions of technology. Various factors that they need to consider, such as in terms of the cost, which can hinder the implementations of the technology. Small and medium-sized business are unable to keep up with technological advances, and as a result, they are unable to produce as much product as larger companies. They tend to use their obsolete machine to produce the product that obviously have limitations of use. Various companies invested to digitize their business since they knew that it can be an alternative method to promote their business other than only focusing on the brick and mortar stores. If SME owners do not have appropriate knowledge to the importance of technology in their business, they definitely will left behind since they are unable to compete with other bigger enterprises.
The next implication is the government sources of income will be affected due to the poor financial performance from the SME businesses. The money that the government receives from the taxes and non-taxes sources is known as the government income or national revenue. Since revenue is essential for the government operation and enforcement of its law, it was primary driving force in the evolutions of the modern administrative country structure. There are two types of taxes, namely as direct taxes and indirect taxes. The purpose for the taxation is to encourage the economic developments and growth of the government since it requires a stable financing stream for the social service and public expenditure. Based on the federal government revenue 2019 until 2021, it showed that the lower taxes collection is expected to reduce the federal government income by 227.3 billion in 2020, while in 2019 is 264.4 billion. This is due to the decreasing company profit from the decelerating economic activity owing to the global mobility restriction and preventative action.
SME entrepreneurs do not increase their knowledge, it will cause the awareness and knowledge of innovation in their business will not exist at all. Also, the realization to do improvement and develop innovative product cannot be achieved. This will harm the SME company and threaten the company position in the market because every day there will be new businesses with better product in the market. If innovation is not done, the product produced will lose its value in the eyes of a society. This is because the society is undergoing the changes in terms of taste, technology and even design of product continually. This will make the product that have been produced irrelevant in the market. More innovative SME are more productive SME become. It also helps them to be able to pay higher wages and provide better working conditions for their employee and reducing inequalities. To summarize, the requirement for knowledge is critical for SME entrepreneurs to realize the importance of innovation in their business in order to secure the company growth and relevance in the market.
Furthermore, due to the difficulties to survive in uncertainty market, this will result on SME product cannot be expanded all around the world. Uncertainty market can be happen when the supply or demand always changing, which can affect the changes of price of product. If the price of product keeps changing, the producer tend to keep increasing the price, especially the price of food raw materials like onion, flour, rice, egg and so forth. Consequently, they cannot afford to buy the raw materials in a large quantity and are forced to decrease the quantities of purchasing raw materials of product. If this matter keeps repeatedly happen, how does the government want to promote a unique and attractive Malaysian product on the world stage? Since majority of this group are the ones that keep producing many handicraft products that characterize the Malaysian identity. In addition, their product results and profits will be stagnant and have not seen a sharp increase because the volatile market makes them only sell at a cheap price.
In the process of shifting to the current era of modernization, small and medium enterprise often encounter numerous challenges in competing with larger enterprise due to lack of exposure to digital technology. Therefore, it is very crucial for SME owner to pay concentrations on the technological innovation in order for them to expand their business. They need to revise and improve their research and development strategy in order for them to analyze the best possible innovative solution. SME owner in Malaysia could adopt the process of leveraging technology by comparing to the small companies in USA, where they focus on developing economic incentive, improving organizational competence and strengthen the technological innovation. On top of that, the SME owner can also digitize their product on market in order to reach thousands of customers from different regions. This could be an effective way for SME owner to expand their business by involving themselves with e-commerce. They can also develop their own company website as communication tools with their customer. The company website will definitely able to increase the confidence of the buyer to purchase with the shop. Therefore, it will help the SME owner to compete with bigger enterprise and be able to improve their business performance.
The government should allocate an appropriate budget for the financial or non-financial program that focus on the SME in boosting the economic growth. It happens since there was an unexpected huge amount of people that decided and make a choice by starting to do a business to survive during this pandemic. As a result, it will directly lead to the insufficient budget and unsystematic management budget. A good management of budgeting by the government could help the financial resources of the SME since it shows a significant relationship that might help the small businesses develop and thrive. The government can implement a few programs that focus on the SME development through the economic stimulus package and recovery plan. According to the Yoshino and Tajizade History 2016, to tackle the issue of finance among the SME in Japan that adopted a partial credit guarantee scheme. The goal of such program is to contribute to the flow of capital in sector that have trouble raising the fund such as in the SME sector. This at the same time will help the government increase and gain back their income when the SME entrepreneur could afford to pay the taxes since the Malaysian economy heavily rely on the small medium-sized scale enterprise.
Small and medium enterprise SME are the backbone of Malaysia economy and are critical to maintaining the country growth momentum. However, SME expansion is always hindered by a scarcity of competent labor, leading to lower productivity rates than a bigger company. As a result, the training incentive for SME scheme was desperately needed. In addition, SME entrepreneur and their staff can benefit from training to improve their ability. It boosts their confidence and morale. Next, SME entrepreneur and their staff can gain benefit from training pertaining to how to use land, labor, capital, machinery, equipment, and raw material in efficient manner. It ensures that resources are properly utilized. It is because training teaches SME on how to properly operate machinery and equipment, as well as introducing new manufacturing procedure. On top of that, training provides new facts and insight to SME entrepreneur. It aids in the development of their thinking abilities. As a result, they are able to be a creative thinker in their work. Lastly, when all of this can be achieved in the training, it can improve the performance of SME company and directly benefit the economic growth of the country.
Moreover, the next recommendation to improve SME in Malaysia are by center up the opportunity for SME in joining public-private partnership program. Public-private partnership are basically described as collaboration between governmental institution and private sector firm to address society issue. This initiative will assist SME in reaching global market for innovative product and gaining access to significant technology and information from international sources. It is because it helps to open the opportunity opportunity for SME to collaborate with international organizations which involve in the national program. But the question here is how government can encourage SME to join this collaboration. The approach that can be used by the government to open the opportunity of SME to join public-private partnership program are through providing a government contract or public procurement. However, SME may find it difficult to complete the bidding since it will be time-consuming and costly. Thus, government can give a variety of incentive to SME such as procurement incentive and capacity building to encourage the participation of SME. There are many programs introduced by the government to help SME in Malaysia. The pandemic of COVID-19 has given the huge impact on the activity and profitability of SME. Thus, initiatives that cover the interests of SME are very important to assist the government effort to revitalise the economic sector. For this effort, Malaysia government has introduced one of the initiatives that amounting RM2 billion, which are namely as Penjana SME Financing. Even though this finance assistance is introduced to help affected business, however, not all of the business are eligible to get this assistance since the conditions that have been set are only for the applicants that are the first timer to make a loan. Furthermore, the implementation of the SME financing scheme will be led by the Ministry of Finance and handled by 21 banks that has been listed by Bank Negara Malaysia. The financial institution will provide a financial loan to help SME to continue operating their business at a 3.5% subsidy rate with a maximum loan amount of 500,000 for each business.
Apart from that, another program of Malaysia government to help the SME to survive is by conducting the SME Hub program. SME Hub is one of the government initiative under the Ministry of Entrepreneur Development and Cooperative. They aims to equip SME with clear and focused information as well as knowledge to develop the SMEs in Malaysia. The SME Hub, that formerly known as One Referral Center, will be in charge under SME Corp Malaysia. They will be responsible to offer a range of service such as business advisory service, SME Hub links, pocket talks and more. Despite with the establishment of SME Hub, the SME traders can access with the unlimited information either online or offline to gain a holistic knowledge to practice in their business process. Also, to attract the interest of SME traders to rural area, SME Hubs on Wheels was launched on 18 May 2017. SME Hub on Wheels will operate as a mobile information center reaching out to aspire businesses at carnivals with its trunks. In conclusion, we can observe that the growth of SME in Malaysia is showing consistent improvement from 2015 to 2018, where SME contribute from 37% to 38.9% in GDP. However, in 2020, during the COVID-19 pandemic era, SME only contributed 38.2% compared to 38.9% in 2019. It is clear they had to face various challenges, and among that are lack of exposure to digital technology, scarce of financial resources, existence of entrepreneur knowledge gaps, and the loss of competitive advantage in uncertainty market. The impacts that will be happen from the challenges mentioned are unable to produce more output for production, the government source of income will be affected, the improvement and innovative product cannot be developed, and SME products cannot expand their market across the border. So, to help government improve the development of SME in Malaysia, the best possible recommendation can be taken, and among that are pay consideration on product innovation and marketing channel, allocate appropriate amount of budget, providing training and development program, and center up the opportunities for SME business in joining public-private partnership programs.